My name is Seth Bani, and today I'm going to show you how to design this.
Alright, so hi everybody, let's go into Photoshop and let's start with today's tutorial. And so let's go here and then let's click on create new, and then let's create our document. Now I'm going to use 2000 pixels here. I'm also going to use 2000 pixels for the height. Use pixels here, and then let's call it by flyer. Alright, and then I'll keep the resolution as 72 pixels per inch RGB color. I'd like to change the color to color black, and then I'll click on create. Alright, now also go to view and then go to new guide layout, and then just set here to 2, click on OK. Alright, now I'll also like to, let's see, control 0, and I'll pull this here. I'm doing that because I want my almost all my text to be left aligned, and so I'll keep somewhere here. Alright, now we are done. Let's start with our text, and so I'll click on my text tool and I'll type over here. Then I'll come and pick "we are hiring" and paste it there. I'll change the color to color white. Alright, and then I'll go here, make sure it's Montserrat. Here let's set here to bold. Okay, and then let's set here to 93. Also the tracking, let's set it to 50, and then let's make sure all of them are caps, and then let's push it here. Right, somewhere here is good. Alright, so we can always come back again and work on it. Let's duplicate it, Ctrl J to duplicate it, and then let's bring it down, and then let's pick this bikers. We are having bikers. Let's paste bikers there, and then we are going to use Niagara. So go here and then let's choose for NIA, Niagara solid. Alright, regular, and then we are using regular over here. Now the font size, let's use a more bigger figure. This is quite smaller. Let's use 560, and then the tracking, let's set it to 0. Also make sure all are caps. Let's give it a particular color, a yellowish color, FED134. Alright, and then let's drag it in there somewhere like this. I think this is quite great. Let's push it here a little bit. Okay, let's duplicate "we are hiring" again, and let's drag it down, and then let's pick the following detail. Let's pick this one. In fact, you know what, let's click here, make sure here is left aligned. Okay, that's gonna make your work much easier. Double click here, and then let's paste it. Now let's work on the font. We are still going to use Montserrat, but then let's change the size to 55. Great, and then let's set the tracking here to 0. Awesome. Let's also make sure it is caps, and then let's set here to medium, but then double click it, and then let's select Dubai. Let's change here to bold, and then let's change here to yellow. We are doing this so that the reader would see that Dubai is really emphasized. You know, it's going to catch us attention quite faster and quicker. Alright, now let's drag it up a little bit. Sweet. So I think this is quite great. Let's see, let's put it in a folder. You're not done with it though. Let's call it "we are hiring." Alright, now let's go and then let's pick this and drag it in there, and then just resize it. Let's zoom out. Great. Let's close this one, resize it, drag it up a little bit, resize it, let's drag it here like that. Alright, so enter. Maybe let's put this one here a little bit. Okay, so let's drag it down. We're going to do more things to it, but the first thing I want us to do with the background is let's bring a solid color in there. Click on solid color, let's set it to black and click on OK. Now I want us to reduce the opacity to 88%. Enter. Alright, let's also set it to multiply. Not really going to much difference, but set it to multiply. Click on your brush and then go and look for soft round brush. Let's close this one. Let's close this one. Go to generals, pick your soft round brush, set the hardness to 0, the opacity and the flow to 100, and make sure your caps lock is off. Increase the size a little bit, and then let's mask here. Alright, let's mask here. I think something like this is quite good. Maybe X to toggle between the black and white. Want it to be white now. Let's put it in here a little bit. Let's put it in here a little bit. Alright, so I think this is quite great. Let's put this and this in a folder. Let's call it BG. Sweet. Now let's go back here to we are hiring. Click on the bikers, double click on it, and then let's open our layer style. Awesome. Now I want you to go to let's see, drop shadow. Let's set here to multiply. Let's set here to black. The color opacity over here, let's set it to let's say 72. You could go as much as 75 or 80. The distance, let's set the distance to 11. Let's set the spread to 8. Let's set the size to 35. And then the angle, let's set the angle to 152. Let's see. Alright, so this is great. Click on OK. Let's close this. So we're done with we are hiring. Now let's also, there's a lot of things we're going to do with the background, but now let's just work on the other details as well. The background needs to be richer. It needs to be very rich, so we'll work on it more. Let's pick requirement and then let's paste it here. Now for requirement, I want us to open it and then let's look for Montserrat. Set it to bold. Set the size over here to 36. Also set the tracking here to 60. And then let's make everything caps. If it's not caps already, let's set here to let's say black. I know we cannot see it, but let's drag it somewhere here. And then let's zoom in. I set it to color black because let's also hide this one. I set it to color black because I want us to pick our rectangular tool and then just give it a very nice rectangle fill underneath it. Drag it down. Go here and set the rectangle color to color white. And now let's bring our rules. But let's hide our rules. Let's zoom in again. Let's make sure the requirement falls in the middle. Wrong spelling of requirement. E has to be here. That means I have to drag this here a little bit. Alright. Let's make sure requirement falls in the middle of the rectangle on all sides. Okay, so it falls right in the middle. I think this is good. Now let's bring our rulers and then let's drag it there like that. If possible, let's drag it up a little bit more. Let's zoom out. Let's see. Okay, so I think this is great. I still feel like the requirement is not standing out, so let's click on it and let's choose black. Alright, now it stands out. Sweet. Now let's type here and then let's pick the following details. So the details for the requirement, paste it there and then drag it all the way. Make sure it hits the line. With this one, let's set the color to color white. Also, let's go and then use Montserrat here. Click over here. It doesn't have to be black. We need to make sure that the style differs a little bit from the rest. So let's change the font style to regular, and then the size over here, we are still using 36, but then let's make sure it is italics over here as well. And then let's see, I think we shouldn't be caps. Let's not make it caps, just differentiate it from the requirement. And then let's make here 150, also to differentiate it from the requirement as well. And I think we need to go here and set it to 52, just to give it some spacing and make it more legible for people to read it. And then let's see, I think everything is cool here. There's also color white here. That's good, that's good. One more thing, let's see, double click it, and then let's go up 1, 2, let's come here and select this one. Now let's make it bolder, bold, and let's also make it yellow. Pick the yellow over here, just to stand out. We want people to know that this is the figure that they have to pay, you know. So I think this is good. Now let's drag it in there a little bit. Hold shift and then drag it in a little bit. Okay, now zoom out, sorry, zoom in. Zoom in. All right, let's pick a rectangle, ellipse tool, and the hold shift and then draw a very cute rectangle. Also make sure the color is color white. Click on it and then click on the move tool and then move it here. Okay, you shouldn't cross that line. Remember, that line is not crossable. I can see it's crossing a little bit, but it's okay, it's okay. Duplicate it and then drag it down, and then it has to come down a little bit more. Duplicate it and then drag it down. Okay, so I think we need to drag this one close out a little bit, and just like that, just like that, just like that, we are done with that one. Let's put all in a folder and let's call it requirement. Awesome. Now let's add more details here. Let's pick this 2000. Let's paste 2000 over there, and then open the character. We are going to use a different font. We are going to use impact regular, impact regular. All right, let's make sure it's not italics here. Now you also want to make sure it is regular, and then the font size needs to be bigger a little bit. Let's use 91. Awesome. I also think that the tracking is too much. Let's set it to 0, and the color, let's set the color to color black. It's not really anything. Let's set it to color black. Let's type over here, let's type GHC, and that is a currency in Ghana. All right, so let's also use a different font for this. Let's use railway. All right, just any of the railway. I'm going to leave in the description, and then you choose the one that you want. I'm going to set here to black because I want it to have much emphasis as well. And then let's set the font size over here to 60. The tracking, let's keep it still at 0, and then let's pick it and drag it in here in the middle. Let's zoom in. In times like this, you want to really zoom in because you really want to get it well. You need to be very accurate with it. It's the little tweaks that make a good graphic designer. So the next thing is I'll click on my ellipse tool and then hold shift over here, click and then drag. Create a very cute circle. Alright, I'll go here, I'll click over here and come and pick the yellow color here. Then I'll drag the yellow color under it. Click on the ellipse, the shape, and then try and keep it in the middle. Just use your eye. You don't really need to keep it perfect, but just use your eye to keep it in the middle there, like that. Okay, let's see. You know what? I think let's use a ruler. Let's use a ruler. Control. Let's pick the ellipse tool. Let's drag it here a little bit. Okay. Now Control T, and then let's pick this one. Let's drag it in the middle here like that. Awesome. Control T again. Sorry. Let's drag this one here like that. Awesome. Alright, so enter. You want to make sure 2000 falls over here in the middle here like that. Awesome. So vertically it's good. This one also, Control T, make sure it falls in the middle there like that. Well, I think you're catching on. And then select both of them, then drag them in the middle like that, and then drag them here like that, and then just like that we are done with it. Okay, let's resize it a little bit, just a little bit more. Okay, so this is good. We can put it in a folder or a group and call it 2000. Now that we are done with it, I want us to open it again. Go over here on the ellipse, double click it, and let's go to drop shadow. Now for this one, we are going to use multiply for it. We are going to use black for it. The font, let's use 72, it's not bad. And then here the angle 152. Let's set here to 12. Let's set the spread to 0. And let's set here to 32. And then okay. Alright, so it's in there, you can feel it in there, it's in the subtle, but it works well. And then let's close it. Okay, I also want you to type over here 2800. Let's go, and let's, as usual, let's pick impact. Awesome. Now we are going to set the font size to 117. The reason why I am making this one bigger than this one is because this one is a smaller figure, this one is a bigger figure. So I just want to contrast a little bit and make it look more interesting, you know. So that's the size of the font, and then let's keep the tracking at 0. Click over here and let's choose the yellow color. Okay, more contrast makes it quite good. Let's open the 2000 folder. Let's select GH, duplicate it, drag it up, and then let's close this one. And then let's click on our move tool and then move it here in the middle here somewhere. Now if you're not sure it's in the middle, click over here on the 2800, transform it, and then just bring your ruler over there, and then it's okay. Now click over here and then let's see, also bring your rulers and just drag it over there in the middle as well. And you are done. It's in the middle now. Also, we want to make it more lighter because you can't see the black wall. So let's click here. Let's select color white, and then you see I can't give it yellow color because it's going to look too monotonous. So I just give it color white, and I'll advise that you also do the same way. Now click on your ellipse tool, and then let's draw a more bigger circle, like this. Not too big though. Something like this is good. Now go here, make sure the fill is off. Go here to the stroke, set it to color white, right? Now click here and make sure it is a straight line like this. We don't want the broken lines. And then the size of the line, we are going to use 9.56, and then enter. Sweet. Now let's drag it down. Click on that, and then let's push it in a little bit. Put everything in a folder like this. Let's call it 2800, and then let's drag it beneath the 2000 for the magic to happen. So you can see some shadow has been casted over there. Awesome. That's just awesome. Let's drag this and this in there a little bit. Okay, and then if possible, let's resize this more, and then let's drag it in more. Great. I wish I could drag it down a little bit. Okay, so that is it. And then the two of them, I'll select it and then I'll drag them down a little bit. Okay, so let's see whether we have more space for more content to be placed there. I think we do. I need to specify what this is. This figure is, it's a salary, right? So I'll click it, and then I'll click on the ellipse over here, and then I'll click on my text tool, and then I'll drag it there a little bit. So you can see once I drag it out, it looks a normal text tool. Once I drag it on the line, it looks like that. So I'll do that. I'll click over here, okay, and then I'll pick my salary range to let people know that it's a salary, okay, and I'll paste it over there. Now once I paste it over there, it looks quite funny. But then let's work on that one. We are going to use railway for it. Okay, sweet. It looks good, but the font size is too much. Let's use 32. Let's see how it's going to look. And then let's see. Let's Control T it, and let's enlarge it. Let's just enlarge it to bring it outside. Sweet. Enter. Let's come back here. Let's set it to 32. Let's see what is going to work. Sweet. 32 here still works. Let's make it caps. Awesome. This is great. And then let's make it regular here. The font tracking here, let's set it to 400. Let's see. Okay, it's still working well. And then let's set it to color white. Great. Still looks quite good. Let's bring it in there a little bit. In fact, let's resize it like that, and then let's drag it out like that. Let's drag it out like that. You know what, we can also just play around with it like that. I'm not really satisfied with it. Let me give it 32 again. Let's see. So you just keep on playing with it. Once you resize it, you need to keep on playing with the size over here. And I think I would like to also give it like 500 or so over here. Let's see. If possible, let's make it 600 again. Let's see. Looks awesome. Let's push it out a little bit. Let's push it up too. I think this is good. We can stick with this one. It's not really it's not bad. We can manage with it. Alright, so let's close it. And then let's bring our lines again. So you see it's on the line. It's good. It's on the line. Let's test here. Put a text over here. Let's come and pick WhatsApp only, and then let's paste it there. Now as usual, you want to keep it on that line, and then let's open our character. We are going to use a different font I've used in quite a very long time, Verdana. Let's use Verdana regular. Let's set here to let's say 60. Awesome. Let's work on the font size. Let's use 30. Great. We are using regular here. We are using 30 here. We are using 60 here. I think it's not standing out well. I'm not really happy with it. Let's use 150. Okay, great. 150 is quite good. Let's keep it white, and then let's drag it up a little bit. Okay, let's type here, and then let's pick our telephone numbers. Alright, so I'm going to use 020 000 0000. A very catchy number. Then I'm going to use Niagara Solid. And then let's see, still regular here. Let's set the font size to 151. Enter. Awesome. Let's set here to 50. And then let's drag it. Click on your move to drag it to the line and drag it up. Now let's click it. They're all white. We don't want the art way. Let's make it diverse into it. Contrast, right? So we set it to yellow, and then just like that, it also stands out. And then let's click on our WhatsApp. Control. Let's duplicate it and let's drag it down. Now let's put this. So let's drag this one down. Let's put this and this in the folder, and let's call it WhatsApp. All right. This one, let's click here, and then let's pick this, right? And then let's double click here, select it, highlight it, and then let's click there like that. Now we are going to use Montserrat for this. We are also going to set it to medium. Let's set here to 30. The tracking, the leading, let's set the leading to 32. And then let's set here to 60. Great. Let's set it to color white. And then let's put it somewhere here. Alright, so let's drag it here, duplicate it, and then let's drag it here. Go to paragraph and make it right aligned. Just drag it here like that. Okay, let's drag it here. In fact, let's select both of them. Let's drag them down. Alright, so here's down, here's also down. Now this one, let's select this one. Come here and let's select available slots, available, limited slots available. Let's click it there like that, limited slots available. And let's duplicate it and then let's pull it down a little bit. Okay, now let's hide this one. With this particular one, you want to make sure it's Montserrat. Okay, you want to make sure it's medium. It's 30 here. You just want to be sure. You want to make sure the tracking is also 60. And then you also want to make sure it's color white. It's very necessary. Okay, now this one, let's bring this one here. Click on it. And then pick only WhatsApp. You know, only WhatsApp as if you meet requirement. Okay. Now with this one, we are going to use Montserrat. We're still going to use medium. But then the font size, let's reduce it to 20. Just to fit in a little bit. And the important thing is it also adds some contrast to it as well. So that's cool. Let's set it here to 60. Let's set it to color white. And then let's move it up because there's too much spacing in there. It doesn't look cool when there's too much spacing. Let's close this one. Click on it. Click on your move tool and then move it up. What is happening? Alright. Something like this is quite great. And I like to move it down a little bit more. Okay. So let me see. Select all these ones and then I'll call it down text, just so that I could differentiate it. Okay, so I think the information here is quite great so far. Let's bring our logo in here, but then let's start working on the background. Let's add more details to it. What do you say, guys? So we added this one and then we added this one as well. Let's go and then let's bring in our skyscraper. Let's bring this one in there and then hold shift and then just drag it like that. Just drag it somewhere here. Okay, just drag it somewhere here. All right, let's give it a Gaussian blur. Go to filter, go to blur, go to Gaussian blur. We don't want it to be too much. See, this one blends too much, just blurs it too much. We want just a little bit. Let's do it 2.1. So you could fill it in there, but it's not too there, you know. And then let's set the opacity here to, let's see, to 68, 65 to 68 is quite good. Let's also give it a mask. Okay, now I'm giving it a mask. Make sure caps lock is off. I'm giving it a mask because let's also make sure here's color black, so that I could blend it with the background. Okay, I need to blend it nicely. Oh boy, go back there. All right, so let's blend it there. Sweet. I feel like it's blended there nicely. And then let's see, let's bring our let's drag this one in there as well. Enter. Let's close this one. Let's move this one somewhere here. Okay, now let's go over here. Let's set it to soft light, so it just blends the nicely like that. It's so amazing, right? And I give it a mask. Click on your brush, make sure here's color black, reduce the size a little bit. Now you can see it on the helmet. We don't want it. Let's just mask it from there like that. And this one already blends. It looks like it's far in the distance, this is great. Let's also give it a color balance, because it doesn't really balance well. Let's clip it to it. It doesn't really balance well with the whole thing. So let's click on it, and then let's move the cyan. This is midtones, right? Let's move the cyan. Let's see. Around 24 is good. Can already feel it in there. Let's also move the magenta. Yeah, this is good. And then let's move the yellow. Yeah, I think this is great. This is great. Sorry, let's bring our logo in there. Let's drag it in there, and then let's see. Okay, sweet. Let's drag it somewhere here. All right, now let's double click it, and then let's go to stroke. Now you want to set the stroke size here to 5. Also, you're going to use outside here normal. The opacity, let's set it to 100, and then let's click on OK. So that is where it is. It's quite good. I also want us to give it let's hide this one. Let's give it a gradient map. All right, click over here, double click here, set it to 00000. That's to color black, right? Somewhere around here, click there, and then let's set it to this particular figure 543318. Okay, then let's come here, double click it, set it to this figure C08D4E. all right, okay, so you could see it like this. It's quite great. I like this, but then we can't leave it like this, you know. So let's go here and let's set it to overlay. Okay, and just like that, it just blends it in there nicely. I love this one. Let's bring our plane in there as well, and so let's go here and drag the last element that we'll be using. In fact, let's rotate it a little bit, and then let's drag it in here like this. Okay, let's drag it up a little bit more. I think this is great, but the color doesn't really match. I wish I could drag it beneath it as well, but then, you know, let's just drag it up a little bit. Let's give it color balance, and see if it doesn't work well, we'll drag it behind the color map. Now with this particular one, I want to drag this one and give it, let me see it here clearly as I'll work on it. Make sure you clip it to it, please, and then let's drag it to see. So 145 is good. The magenta, let's see. Okay, this is also quite good. And then the yellow, let's see. Okay, I think it can work with this. It can work with this. So this is how it looks like. This is how it looks now. Alright, so guys, if you love this video, please hit the bell icon and subscribe to this channel. This is how you create this beautiful flyer. If you love this video, please don't forget to subscribe. I love you all, guys. See you in the next tutorial. Peace.